Good morning, good night, good afternoon, whatever part of the world you're on. Welcome here or welcome back. This episode of As the Tarot Learns is brought to you on purpose with purpose, and I am your host, Crystal Lavender. Some people say I was with my name, I was either born to be a stripper or a hippie, but I could drop it like it's hot, but I ain't getting back up, right? So today we're going to do an all signs reading of is this spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? And we'll throw some in there for the people that are not interested. Like, if you have no interest in love whatsoever, we'll throw some messages in there for y'all too. So before we get started, we are going to talk about this right here. This is my book. It's called Say You Love. It is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood sexual trauma and addiction. I wrote this entire thing in 5 weeks from my phone. So for anyone out there that thinks that they have the tools or that they aren't capable because maybe they don't have software or don't have this or they don't have that, like guaranteed you have everything you need with you at all times. It doesn't matter. So if you want to write a book, write that book. All right. So let's get started. I'm going to move this away from the camera a little bit. Hopefully it doesn't, you guys aren't all shook up. I'm going to go ahead and share this. I'm going to push the buttons, push these buttons. I'm going to push this button and that button. Let's see. I hope you guys are having a great day today. All right. So welcome here. Thank you so much for joining me. It is an honor for me to be here to read for you guys, and it is an honor that you are here checking my channel out, so I super appreciate it. I feel like it's all wobbly. So we are going to go in backward zodiac order. So we're going to go from Pisces to Aries, because Pisces always seems to be last. So we're going to go ahead and put you guys first. All right. And we're going to find out if this is spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle. All right, Pisces. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle. Let's see what we got. Hi, Mommy Beans. What do we got? So far, it's looking like it's too hot to handle. We got the 8 of Pentacles and the 5 of Pentacles. So it's like they don't want to put in the work. All right? Whatever this connection is, with whatever this person is on your mind, yeah. The truth is like they don't want to put in the work. Like they might know that you have really high standards, or they might be intimidated by you, you know. And just because they're intimidated by you doesn't mean that you are intimidating. You know what I mean? They're intimidated. There's a difference. What else can we get? Here we got the 5 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. So Pisces, I think the person that you're dealing with is like, they're not willing to put in the effort. They're not willing to put in the work that it would take to actually lock it down. We got the 3 of Swords, you know? Like maybe they know that there's something going on in their character, you know, that they're not willing to change. Like maybe they're playa. Like they haven't reached their enlightenment. We got Judgment. So they haven't reached the same level of enlightenment or like awareness that you have, maybe like personal self-awareness. We got the Hermit. Yeah, some of these people, like, they just don't want to put in the work. They don't want to put in the self-work, you know. Maybe they know that they got to clean up their act in order to approach you, you know. I think you're too hot to handle. We got the World card. right? With the world. And the Knight of Cups. So they like to make really flighty, like really they're really fast moving, you know, and maybe you didn't let them just like pop up in your inbox and go show up to have a booty call with them, you know, like they know that they're gonna have to say more than, oh, you're beautiful inside of your freaking inbox in order to get your attention. You know, this person hasn't reached the same sort of spiritual awareness and accountability that you have, you know. And they know that they would have to stop playing them games or stop doing whatever they're doing in order to approach you. And I don't think that they're willing to do that. They're not willing to put in that work. So I think you're too hot to handle, Pisces. Yeah, maybe they gave up. This is, I gave up on love. Maybe they just want to play the field. It's like, I feel triggered. Maybe something about you, like they feel like they don't live up to your expectations, or they'll never live up to your expectations. I don't know what you've set your standard for, but I mean, there are certain self-respect values that every person should have, you know? Like they probably just want to go and talk to whoever will let them hit it, you know? But they can't just be your friend either. Yeah, there's things inside of me that I'm too afraid to show you. So I think this person is like, doesn't want to stop playing the field, doesn't want to stop playing them games that they've been playing, you know? It's not that they're too hot to handle, you're too hot to handle. Like they can't stand the heat in the kitchen. Like you probably put a lot of, like just being around you requires some sort of level of like upgrade, you know? And I think this person knows it, Pisces. This person knows that they have no shot unless they're willing to change their behavior, and they're not willing to change their behavior. But they do feel an intense connection with you. They always say runs faster scared, you know what I mean? They're down to have a booty call. Like they're down to get physical. But as far as like stepping up their game and matching who you are on an energetic level, like they're not willing to put in the work. But they don't want to be friends. They can't just be friends with you. Look at that bad kitty up there doing stuff. And it says, don't wait for me. So don't put your life on hold for this person, Pisces, because they're not planning on changing anytime soon. They're not planning on changing. They want to play their games and have their way. You know what I mean? So let them go out and be with somebody that is not on your level. We'll just say not on your level. Because I think you intimidate this person. They wish they had the courage to stick up for themselves, to be the better person, to, you know, like change their ways, but they don't want to put in that work. They're not going to put in the work. This person is afraid of commitment. What else can we get for the Pisces out there? Yeah, but they're not going to tell you that either. You know, if they ran off playing games with somebody else, you know, it's not because this somebody else was better than you. It was because this somebody else was more willing to put up with their bullshit. And you're not willing to put up with their bullshit. Like, you make them accountable. And they don't want to change their ways. So what sort of general message can we get for Pisces? Pisces general message. For those of you that have no interest in love, like don't care who's coming, you know what I mean? are tired of hearing about whatever the new person in love is, we got a message for you guys too. But for the people asking questions about love, like a new person coming in, if it's spicy or dicey or too hot to handle, you're too hot to handle, Pisces. Let's see what sort of general message we could get for you. Ten of Swords. I think you're holding on too tightly to something that is very upsetting to you, you know? You know, maybe you feel rejected by this person, but in all reality, they're doing you a favor, you know? The Temperance, like you need to find your balance again. You need to find your happy place, Pisces. I feel like you are overwhelmed. The Six of Cups, holding on to nostalgia, remembering about all the happy times. Don't get stuck in that, you know? Don't get stuck in the nostalgia, you know, and just jump on it. Whoever, you know, this is a codependency card. You don't want to be codependent. You don't want to just jump with anybody that says you're pretty. Like, don't lower your standard because you're lonely. You know what I mean? That's how you end up with some douche, some manipulative douche. So don't lower your standards, Pisces, just because you're feeling lonely or feeling kind of left out. It's like, nah, don't put up with their bullshit. Like, you deserve better than that. And just because this person found somebody else doesn't mean that they're better than you. It just means that they're better fitted for them, you know, which we got Ten of Swords again. So whatever it is, it's like really weighing heavy on you. Don't let it get you down in your emotions. You are worth it. You are worth it, Pisces. Yeah, you got Ten of Pentacles. Hold out for something that is like true, you know, real and true. Something that is tangible, like you see it on paper, not just as a fairy tale, you know? Like, you see it in their actions, you see it in the way that they respond, you see it in the way that they consider you, not just like these empty promises and words. Queen of Wands. Yeah, keep your head on. Keep your head about you. Keep your emotions in check. Whatever that is that you've been holding on to, harboring, like, don't let that trauma or that like abuse that happened in the past, don't let that become your identity. You know what I mean? A lot of people, we have a tendency to trauma bond with other people, like, but the only reason why we relate with another person is because we have shared experiences of like traumatic events, you know, and then that traumatic event becomes our identity. Like, don't let whatever's hurting you from the past become your identity. All right. Make new core memories. Like, I changed my sober date. Like, I am, as of today, 1,205 days completely freaking free of all the drama in my life. Right. So, and I had to make new memories. Like, if it was an anniversary of something bad that was coming up, like, I had to go out and physically do something on purpose that made me happy, so that way I could change the way I looked at a specific day, because then we changed those core memories on the inside. Hi, Julie Booley. Hi, Vanessa. So don't let your past trauma become your identity. We're going to move on to Aquarius. We're going in backwards order because Pisces are always last, so I'm going to make them first. So now we're going to go to Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. We're going to see, is this new love you're thinking about, or old love, whoever it is you're thinking about? Is this spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? You know what I mean? Can they not take the heat? Get out of the kitchen. Hi, Michael. Hi, Barbara. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Let's see what we got. whoever you're thinking about, whatever this is. I know some of y'all don't care about love. We will do some sort of general message for you, for the people that don't give a fuck about a love message, all right? We will pull a general reading for you. But for the Aquariuses, is this spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? I hope you guys are having a good day today. Says, I don't want to embarrass myself in front of you. So maybe whoever it is that you're thinking about, like, they might have more, like, you might have more experience than they do. Maybe they're scared that, like, they aren't going to satisfy you, if you know what I mean. Like, they might be scared that, like, you have more experience. It's like, I know I did you wrong and you don't deserve this. Like, maybe they just know. You know what I mean? Maybe they don't feel adequate enough in the bedroom area. Like a kind of a spicy read here. It's like, I can't promise you anything. For y'all out there that are with somebody that just can't give you the satisfaction that you're looking for, like, have you ever tried teaching them what it is that you like, how you like to be touched, what it is that you need? You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this person is really intimidated as far as, like, in the bedroom. Like, they don't feel adequate enough at all. Like, they feel like they are just going to make a freaking fool out of themselves, you know? So maybe you have to take the lead, you know? So I wish you hadn't walked away, but I knew you had to. And maybe this person just was not satisfying you in that area. You know what I mean? But, like, some of us need to learn how to speak up, you know? Like, don't be faking orgasms or, you know, telling somebody that they're super good in the bed or whatever when you know it's bullshit. You know, tell them, like, hey, no, I didn't get mine. Like, I need you to come over here and finish this, and this is how you're going to do it. You know what I mean? It is individual signs. And right now I'm going backwards from Pisces to Aries, and we are on Aquarius, so we are brand new into it. We are trying to find out if it's spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle. And this person, for Aquarius, they are intimidated by you. They are intimidated. You know, not to say that you got a high body count, but for some reason they think that you are way more experienced than them. Like, you're better off without them. You are very welcome. They think that you are better off without them. And I think it's mostly because of, like, they're intimidated of their performance, you know? Maybe some of them have ED issues. But they fight their feelings for you. It's not that they don't have feelings for you. I think they absolutely want to be, like, you know, they want to be the best you ever had, but they don't even know how to go about doing that. It's like they hold back. You know, maybe somebody made fun of them before, you know, when they tried something new, they were like, hey, let's try this. And, like, somebody just straight laughed at them, you know, or maybe their ex told them they had issues somewhere. So, like, they're really, really intimidated to bring it up with you. A lot of solar flares, huh? I know all the planets were in alignment. There's a parade of planets. This one wanted to pop. It says, I'm a warrior. I fight. This is what I do. But sometimes I end up fighting my own heart. Like, yeah, they might feel like they are adequate in all other ways. Like, they might come off like they have the confidence of, like, like they come off super confident, but when you get them alone and in the bedroom, they're like super timid and shy and don't know what to say, don't know what to do. You know what I mean? So maybe you need to take control. But they definitely have feelings for you. It's like, why do I feel so intense for you? But for some reason or another, like they're intimidated. They're intimidated by how you handle yourself. You know, they don't think that they can satisfy you. Or maybe they've tried and you weren't satisfied. But I mean, did you give them any advice, you know? Maybe try giving this person a little bit of advice on what to do, on how to handle you. But they don't expect you to forgive them. You know, we've got to stop being silent about that, y'all. Like if we're with somebody and they are not satisfying us in that area, we have got to quit playing it off like they did. You know, quit playing it off. Quit lying to them. Quit lying to yourself. Like if they ain't handling their business the way you need to handle that business, you know what I mean? Like let them know, and not in a rude, condescending manner, but like in an informative, like teaching. You know, maybe even play the role of a teacher. Maybe that's something that they've never done before. Maybe that's something you've never done before. So Aquarius, I think this is spicy, but they're a little bit intimidated by you. We got the sun. Yeah, they're scared. They're scared that they ain't gonna make you happy in that area. You know, they might talk a big game, but when it comes down to it, they're like runs faster, scared. But we got the Wheel of Fortune in the upright. So I think as long as you take control, you know what I mean? Like take control, let them know what it is that you like or what you don't like. You know what I mean? Let them know that like, hey, you know, try it a little bit like this or do a little bit like that. Like you can turn this around. I think they're just real intimidated. Scared. Runs faster, scared. All right, let's see what sort of general messages we can get for Aquarius. General messages for Aquarius. For those of you that are not interested in anything that has to do with love or somebody coming in or who's like any of that, let's just see what sort of general messages we can get for Aquarius. General message for Aquarius. Oh. We have the Lovers. I just said I wasn't talking about this, you know, but boom, there it is. So maybe some of y'all that like have no interest whatsoever in love, like you're gonna run across you're gonna run smack dab into somebody that is like, whoo, take your breath away, you know? Because I just said we're not talking about love, but then the Lovers pops out. So I don't know, Aquarius. Hi, Karen. You might find it when you least expect it, when you ain't looking, when you done gave up, you know? And then boom, you turn the corner and there they are, because I was trying to just give you a general message. Some of it could be a Leo. Maybe you're going to run into a Leo. We got the Magician. I think some of y'all gave up. Just like gave up on love. And then it's like smack right dab in your face. Yeah, because you got hurt in the past. Like somebody hurt you real bad, you know? And I think you're trying to put that healing in to get over it, whatever it was. I think you're doing a lot of healing, Aquarius. Right? I wish I had me when I was dating all the scumbags too. Shit. General message for Aquarius. That one. Yeah, we got two Gemini cards here. Got the Knight of Swords. So I feel you're real determined. Like you have some sort of real determined energy about you. There might be something that you're manifesting, you know, like you've turned that heartbreak that you had into something that is like now your power. Like you've turned your pain into your power. You got the high priestess, you know? Like I think you've done a lot of healing, Aquarius. And you're learning how to turn all of that pain into your purpose, you know, into your power, like adding fuel to your fire, because you're determined. You're determined for sure. Looks like you've been manifesting something. It has nothing to do with love, even though love might just smack you upside the head. It ain't got nothing to do with love. But you're definitely determined. You got the Chariot. It's like you're moving on and moving away from anything that, you know, it's like almost like I feel like this energy of like somebody that's spring cleaning and they like pick up something and they're like, does this give me happiness? Nope. Floop, in the trash can. Does this give me happiness? You know, oh yeah, I really like this. And they put it off to the side. You know, it's like you're cleaning house, like not only like literally, but like spiritually. You're like spiritually cleaning house, and you're bound and determined to get rid of all that negative. Like it doesn't matter if it's past, you know, or whoever's in the present or whatever's in the present. But you do have love on the horizon. I know you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it, you know. But I think you were going to run smack dab into them when you least expect it. You might be going to making a dumpster run, dumping off all the shit that you don't want, or making like a trip to go donate all the old clothes that you don't wear no more or something. And something about somebody just catches your eye. And you're like, oh no. No, no, no. But I feel like you have done a lot of healing, Aquarius, and you're really cleaning house. Like some of you literally cleaning house. Making donations, getting rid of stuff, getting ready for a yard sale, you know, turning whatever you're not using into money, into resources, into purpose and power. Let's see what we can get you from the Spiritualist Fog deck. We have got be the person you needed when you were a kid, right? I think that's pretty much what you're doing, Aquarius. Did you need someone who protected you? Did you need unconditional love? Did you need more attention? Did you need more praise? Did you need to know someone had your back? You're a big kid now, and you can do all those little pipsqueak, and you could do all that for that little pipsqueak still living inside of your rib cage, right? I know that like writing my book and putting my story out there like really helped heal my inner child, man. Like I dedicated it to my inner child. Right here. First person to my inner child. Right? So I think a lot of you are doing like a lot of like inventory, you know, cleaning house spiritually. All right, let's go on to Capricorn. And we are doing these in backwards order because Pisces is always last. So we're going to throw Pisces first and we're going to go backwards from there. So we've done Pisces, Aquarius, and now we're on Capricorn. Capricorn. Let's find out. Is this spicy or dicey, or are you too hot to handle? Is it too hot to handle? Let's get one from the Sacred Soulmates. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle for Capricorn. And then don't worry, for y'all that aren't interested in like a love scenario or whatever, we will do a general reading after we get out if it's spicy or dicey. Spirit speaks to me, being guided. Don't ever put anyone else above your own intuition, right? Like synchronicities happen only for you. They are only for you. Only you can understand them. I dropped one. What is it? I'm going to need to get me a bib so I can pick up all these cards. It says too many cooks ruin the stew, you know? So you might have too many people in your ear about this person, about somebody that you're interested in, you know? Hearing all this stuff about them. Like, don't listen to nobody else, listen to you, you know? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle. Let's see. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle. What do we got for Capricorn? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? You want to talk to me, deck, or what? Ugh, got 3 of them. It's like, yeah, here. It's a universal hookup. So you definitely met this person for a reason. You know, you definitely met this person for a reason, but they do have a fear of being rejected. You know, sometimes we meet people for a lesson. Sometimes we meet people for a blessing. Like some people are perennials. Like some people are annuals in your garden, you know. I mean, we don't get mad at the annuals because they don't come back and bloom every year. You know, we just start planting perennials. Make sure they come back every year. Got reunion energies. So it seems like this is a past person. If you're thinking about a past person, you know, like they're thinking about you too. Like if you start seeing their name everywhere, it's because they're thinking about you too, you know? Just as I say that, you're the last thing I think about at night and the first thing I think about in the morning. That sounds pretty spicy. That sounds pretty spicy, Capricorn. If this is a past person, like I feel like maybe y'all never did actually hook up, or if you did, it was like a one-time thing. You know what I mean? It was like, and then you kind of moved on. But I think they had a lot to learn in between that time and now. And I think you had a lot to learn in between then and now too. You know? Like you might have not heard from this person in like years and years and years. And all of a sudden they're in your inbox, you know? You left a lasting impression on them. But they definitely want to get together. But don't let it turn into a sex-based connection. They definitely want it, but don't make sure that that's not all they want. I mean, unless you're into that kind of thing and you know what you're getting yourself into. If you know what you're getting yourself into, then go ahead, by all means, man. You grown, they grown, do what you're gonna do. But don't let the relationship become based off of nothing but that. But I definitely think that they're going to be in your inbox, Capricorn. I definitely think they're going to be in your inbox. Let's see. Deck switch. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? You mean more to me than you think. Sounds pretty spicy. Sounds pretty spicy. And when you think of this person, you might have them same, like, you know what I mean? Like them same kind of spicy thoughts there, Capricorn. Just be careful it doesn't turn into a sex-based connection. But I think you guys are both compatible in that area, if you know what I mean. And they didn't expect that to happen. You know, maybe you blew their mind, Capricorn, or maybe they blew your mind. It's crazy how we relate that. Like women relate like somebody being really good in bed as love, you know. They're like, oh my God, I love him so much, you know. Like it's like all of a sudden those big L words come out, you know. But don't make no promises that you can't keep, and don't let them make no promises that you can't keep. You know, if they rock your world, like, don't just spit the L word out just because they be rocking your world. You know what I mean? Ooh, spicy. They definitely want to touch you in the no-no places. It's like they stand profound while you're around. This is definitely spicy. But don't let it just straight be spicy like that, you know? Make sure this person's got other qualities too besides just they good in bed. Yeah. Make sure they have other qualities. Like, they definitely have feelings for you, or they're starting to. So that sounds pretty freaking spicy, Capricorn. Let's see if we can get you some sort of general message. That's nothing to do with none of that. General message for Capricorn. Sometimes you mention the word love and people like want to insert vomit noise, you know. So let's get a message for those of y'all that instantly want to have some sort of vomit noise when you hear the word love or relationship or any of those dirty words. So it looks like you are up in your head, Capricorn. Looks like you are up in your head. Like you feel like you might have fucked up something good, you know? Maybe with the Taurus. We got Taurus, Libra, Leo. Like, I feel a lot of y'all feel like you ruined something, you know? Like there was something that happened that, you know, you said something that you couldn't take back. I mean, and this doesn't have to be with love. Like this could be like to your boss, or, you know, could have mentioned something crazy in a job interview, you know, and you feel like you like might have sabotaged it in some way or another. You know, the tower on the deck, on the cut. I feel like you feel burdened by something like that you think that you did wrong, you know? Like some of y'all feel like you might have self-sabotaged or said something wrong in an interview or something of that nature. It's like you feel like you did something wrong and now you're all up in your head about it. What was that one? Page of Pentacles, like you didn't get the call back, you know? You didn't get the call back, some sort of job. That's all right. Yeah. Whatever it is, it's got you real up in your head. Whatever it was that you feel like that you said something wrong or did something wrong, or, you know, you took the wrong direction. There really is no such thing as wrong direction, right? In the infinite amount of possible possibilities, you know, in this choose your own adventure, that's what I feel like life is like a choose your own adventure. Like, I think there's something way better for you around the corner. And I think you should stop beating yourself up for it, for whatever it is. Yeah, because it was sudden and abrupt, you know? Maybe everything was going good, and then whoof, they hired somebody else from underneath you, or, you know, shit just fell apart from nowhere. But it's like, not all tower moments are bad. Tower moments only happen when we are built on faulty foundations, you know? Maybe we didn't know it was swampland. Maybe you didn't know that you're like, if you would have got hired at that job that you really wanted, like maybe your coworkers would have sucked ass, or maybe your boss would have sucked ass, It's like the universe was doing you a favor. Yeah, there's some sort of truth that you're not aware of. So I wouldn't beat yourself up, Capricorn. I think you have something better around the corner. You have something better for you, better suited for you, a better environment, better people, Like maybe some of y'all wanted like your whole dream was to be a teacher, and then you grow up and you're like, what? Why in the fuck would I ever want to be a teacher? It's like I have a degree in machining. I don't know why I have a degree in machining. Like I will never be a machinist. What sort of messages can we get for Capricorn? That one. Yes, I really think that has something to do with the job. Like you didn't get the call back for the job, But I really think that there's a reason why you didn't get a call back from the job, and it's not that you aren't good enough. It's that place ain't good enough for you. Like there's something there that isn't good enough for you, right? You have something better coming around the corner. All right, let's move on to Scorpio. Oh no, Sagittarius. I'm backwards. Saggy Wadgy, thank you so much for being here. Please remember to comment, like, and share. You know the drill. It's a small little click for you, but a huge bada bing for me. All right. Hi, Dan. Is it spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Are you too hot to handle, Sagittarius? What's up? What's up with this? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? I don't want to embarrass myself. We have this again. So somebody is, like a little shy, a little bedroom shy. It's like, I am comfortable where I am. I don't want to change, So maybe some of them just enjoy talking to you. Like maybe you guys have been talking for a while, Maybe it's a long distance thing. Maybe they're super scared that when they meet you in person, that it's going to be different. It's like they're comfortable where they are. But if you're in a long distance relationship with somebody, like somebody's going to have to make some sort of change. Either they're coming to you or you're coming to them, But it can't stay long distance and be like super successful forever. Like you guys are actually going to have to actually see each other, actually get in the bedroom with each other, And maybe some of them are scared. Maybe that's why they're scared. It's like they feel like they're inadequate or unequipped, Yeah, I want more, but I'm scared it won't work out. Especially if this is a long distance. Like if this is something that's like a long distance relationship, like they are terrified. Like they would rather just keep it where it's at and live in their own little like happy fantasy world where they, live with you in their head, and everything's perfect in their head, Have you ever been in relationships like that where it's like you meet somebody, you start talking, and then you build this big picture of like how wonderful it's going to be and like how they're going to act in this situation or like how it's going to feel, and then you hook up with this person and it's like nothing at all like what you expected. I think this person is like super scared of that. And it's not easy for them to explain, how do you tell somebody like, I think it's better in my mind and I'm scared of reality? I mean, how do you tell somebody that? They might have gave up in love on the past. It's like they gave up on love, but I don't think so. I think that's a front. I think they're fronting. They might be able to lie to everybody else, but you can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to universe. Like, universe knows what conversations you're having. You know, the universe knows how you actually feel. But I think this person is scared for the next step. Like, it's like if you guys aren't official, it's 4:44 on my time right now. So that might be significant for somebody. My clock says 4:44. Oh, thank you so much, Barbara. But I think this person has like they're real intimidated. They're real intimidated to take that next step. You know, they're real intimidated to make it Facebook official or to move in together or, you know, whatever this next step is, or to get married, you know. It's like I think they have this like fantasy where they live in their head and they're scared that the fantasy that they have isn't going to be, you know, isn't going to be all that they wanted it to be. So they'd rather just leave it where it's at because it's safe where it's at. But they are thinking about you right now. Whoever it is that you're thinking about, they're thinking about you. It's not that they don't want you, you know. It's not that they don't have feelings for you. They definitely have feelings for you. I think that they're just scared. They feel that they might not be equipped. Yeah, I don't know if I could ever be who you need me to be, you know. It's like if I take that next step and move in with this person, like they're gonna have to hear me like fart in the middle of the sleep while I'm sleeping. They're gonna have to see my face like without me wearing makeup, you know. They're gonna have to like whatever these fears are. There's like a bunch of like real life fears. Like this person loves their fantasy that they have, you know. Not to say that they don't love you, but they definitely are in love with the fantasy and don't want to take that next step. Yeah, it says I don't want to embarrass myself. They don't want to embarrass themselves, you know. What else can we get? Deck switch. Deck switch. What else can we tell our Sagittarius is? Don't have that second bowl of chili. Eat some Gas X. You know what I mean? Like our bodies do weird stuff when we're sleeping, you know? Like maybe they're just scared of like real life stuff, you know? Like if you're on an online relationship, like they can put on makeup, they can set up their background, they can, you know, but when it comes to like real life, they're like, oh no, then she's going to see that, you know, or that he's going to see that behind my toilet ain't clean, or, you know, like they don't feel like they're going to be able to live up to whatever expectation you have of them. But probably the expectation they have is like something they've made up in their mind anyways. Because if somebody's never asked, you know, then us as humans have a tendency to fill in the pieces. So it's like if I don't ask you like, hey, what does this look like? Or how do you plan on doing that? Or, you know, like if I don't ask you what's actually wrong with you, just like a mom, like if a mom doesn't hear from you for a couple hours or a couple days or whatever, they go through the worst case scenario in their head. Like we as humans have a tendency to do that, you know? But instead of asking to fill in the pieces, we just fill in the pieces by ourselves. And sometimes we be coming up with some interesting ass shit. So I think this person is like all in their head about some shit they've never even asked you about, you know? Hi, Irie. Yeah, they're cautious. They are cautious. They don't want you to see the real them. They like whatever fantasy it's that they have going on. Like they're scared of the real. All right, let's get some messages that are just general messages. What do my Sagittarius collective need to hear just in general? Nothing to do with love. Yeah, exactly. People be making up stuff in their head, the worst case scenario, like if we don't ask for the answers, or if we, somebody doesn't tell us what's going on, then our mind automatically fills in all the blanks for all the unanswered things we don't have. And sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Soaked in beans, yeah. I put sweet potatoes in my chili. You would never know that there's sweet potatoes in my chili. But if you've never heard of that, you should look it up. You can't even tell there's sweet potatoes in it. 5-bean buffalo. No, not canned beans. If I make them old school way, then I have done that. I don't do that all the time, but the times I have done that, I definitely did not soak them long enough. All right, general messages for Sagittarius. For the people that don't want to hear about love, what sort of messages do we have for the Sagittariuses out there that ain't looking for love, ain't got nobody, they ain't looking at nobody, they don't think nobody's looking at them, they don't give two diddly squats about a love reading? Let's see what sort of messages we have for our Sagittarius collective that don't give two fucks about love. Ooh, Sagittarius. We have you in your power. This is the Sagittarius card. And we have the world. So I believe that you have completed some sort of major life cycle, like maybe the planets have shifted out of one of your like rougher houses, and I believe that you have completed some sort of really major life cycle. Maybe some of y'all retired. You guys just went into retirement or just completed. I mean, we did have graduation, so maybe some of y'all have graduated, and you're getting your due props. Maybe you did something that nobody thought you were ever going to do, Maybe you're the first person in your family to ever get a college degree, and you probably had a lot of doubters, but they ain't doubting you no more. And a lot of time people do that because they can't, because if you do it, that means that they could have too, and they don't want to see you do good, because if you're doing good, then what excuse did they have to not ever do it, So I feel like you have come to some sort of major completion of something really difficult, something that took a lot of time. The world card isn't something that's just like ended overnight. Like this was a long process that you have completed, and somebody probably owes you an apology. They didn't think that you were going to make it, and you might even hear them say that, I didn't think that you were ever going to do that. I didn't think that you were ever going to get clean or, buy a house or get a job or get that college degree or start your business, like there's something that took a long time. Yeah, and the sun. So you got a lot of happiness in your future for completing this. Whatever this was that you completed, like you're super, like it's either going to bring you a lot of happiness or you're just super happy about it right now. The Ace of Pentacles, I think this really does have to do with somebody graduating. Like you got that degree, maybe you got offered some sort of like really good job position somewhere else that's out of state, and these people really didn't think that you were going to accomplish it, but you did it. You did it, Sagittarius. And I think you should be super proud of yourself right now, because it's going to open up a lot of different opportunities. And they're going to feel dumb as fuck. Whoever these haters were, you know, trying to steal your joy in the middle of the night. Like, some of them might even try to take credit for your accomplishment. Some of them might even be like, oh, well, you wouldn't have accomplished that if I didn't, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, or you never would have made it if I didn't. You know, there's some sort of like, you only made it because I did this, you know, but in reality, that's your accomplishment. That's your celebration, Sagittarius. Don't let them dull your shine, you know, or steal your moment. Like, that's your moment. But you might have somebody out there that's trying to steal it from you. Or you're at a graduation party, you know what I mean? You have everybody celebrating you, and then like somebody comes up talking about how like they just announced that they're getting married, or just announced that they're having a baby, you know? Like, somebody's gonna try to sabotage whatever this is. Yeah, you got the 4 of Cups. You got some sort of haters around you, Sagittarius, that are going to try to outshine you with whatever it is that whatever you've got going on. But don't let them distract you from the accomplishment. Like, you seriously have a reason to celebrate. Yeah, you put a lot of work into it. You manifested this. Manifestation really works, y'all. Like, I use the law of attraction to for my whole life to change. Like, the law of attraction seriously helped my whole life. Like, I use the law of attraction to stop being a freaking addict. I use the law of attraction to attract better people around me. Like, the law of attraction really does work. I'm pretty sure I use the law of attraction to gain as much weight as I have, because I keep telling myself how fat I've gotten. So watch how you manifest, right? Yeah, I think you fought real hard for whatever this accomplishment is, whatever this ending was, whatever you're celebrating. Don't let them steal your shine, you know? And don't react to them if they come in and you know, you're at your graduation and they come in and talk about a wedding that they just announced a wedding at your graduation party. Like, they want you to react, so don't give them that satisfaction, you know? Like, tell them congratulations and go about celebrating yourself. All right, now we are going to move on to Scorpio. We are going in backwards order because Pisces is always last, so I put Pisces first. Over here talking about chili. Chili. All right, Scorpio. Is this spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Who are you asking that to, Danmy? Is Jupiter my chart ruler? Scorpio. I'm pretty much Libra and Scorpio. Like, I have a Libra stellium and a Scorpio stellium. My Pluto is in Pisces. My Jupiter is in Libra. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle, Scorpio? Is it spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Whoever this person is that you're thinking about. I'm a Sagittarius moon. I've had weight struggles my whole life. It's like the one thing that I haven't beat, you know? Like, I've been able to accomplish everything else in my whole entire life except for my weight issues. You're a Sag moon too? Awesome. Go Sag moon. Go Sagittarius. All right. Scorpio, spicy dicey. Thank you very much, Barbara. Spicy dicey or too hot to handle for the Scorpios. I mean, we talking about a Scorpio, right? Right? Most Scorpios are like rulers in the spicy area. Spicy dicey or too hot to handle. Scorpio. Ooh, trash. Says they are fucking trash. You don't want to hear that though. Like maybe it's one of those, like for me, if I'm like, damn, they hot, that's like number one red flag. Like I've come up in my my awareness and like my understanding that boy, like some of us like them trash, man. Some of us like that trash. Like it's like if you are just my type, that is red flag number one. Like, oh, you just my type? Like, nope. Red flag number one. I have your really pretty eyeballs, Mom. Yeah, this person is probably looking for a sugar mama or a sugar daddy. You know what I mean? Don't be Captain Save a Hoe. I say this person is dicey. They're toxic. Scorpio, we like it trashy, don't we? Even when I used to hitchhike on the road and like traveled everywhere with the backpack, I was still over 200 pounds. Even when I was on drugs, I was over 200 pounds. It's just is what it is. That's that strong Swedish bohemian bloodline. So Scorpio, like this person, like we might be like I have a Scorpio stellium. Like I might as well be a Scorpio. Like I'm a Libra with a bunch of Scorpio in me, and like the trashier, the more attracted I used to be. Like not no more. Like I stay away from that. Like, but yeah, whatever this person is, they are red flag number one. They might promise all kinds of stuff, tell you, they might love bomb you, tell you what you want to hear. Like they're really good at whispering in your ear. You know what I mean? They're probably really good at whispering in a lot of people's ears. So yeah, they're putting on a show. They're putting on a show. It might just be just for you, but they might have a different show for a different watcher. But yeah, I'd say this person is dicey, Scorpio. And sometimes that's the way, like, sometimes we like it like that. You know, I know my unhealed version of me liked it like that. Like, oh, damn, you got bad decisions written all over you. Like, why don't you come over here and sit on mama's lap? Like, no. No. Ain't looking for no homosexuals. Not homosexual, but hobosexual. Someone that's looking for a house, like Auntie Karen says. Scorpio, yeah, she has a Scorpio stellium too. Yeah, take extreme caution. Like, you want to play with fire, go ahead, but you know that is hot. All right, you know that touching that fire is hot. You know that this person is no good. You know what I mean? Scorpio. like, you've been bad. Go to my room. You're bad. You got bad decisions written all over you. Like, you're grounded. Go to my room. Now be careful with that, Scorpio. And some of us be giving love out like me. Like I used to give love out because I'm like, well, so what if they don't have teeth? Does that mean that they don't deserve love? You know, like what if they had a enamel deficiency when they were younger, or you know, what? So what if they don't have a house? Like maybe they need rescued. You know, it's like they ain't fucking pets, man. People are not pets, and they will not love you anymore because you do these things for them. You know, they will not love you because you took them out of the freaking dumpster and gave them a home to live in. You know, we all think that, oh, well, that means that they'll love me, right? That means that they'll like love me and stay and like it's actually like real. No, they love your situation, not you. Some mad dog. I remember them days. Some oldie 40s and shit. No, we got to stay away from those. Yeah, and if you do hook up with this person, wear protection. All right? You don't know what they're carrying. You don't know what kind of STDs they're carrying. You don't know what kind of spiritual STDs they're carrying. Because not only do people have like sexually transmitted diseases, they got spiritually transmitted diseases too. And whenever you are entangled with someone's energy like that, you become entangled with whatever demons that they're carrying. And some of them will latch onto you. And it is hard to get rid of like someone's energy that is that tainted. All right. So Scorpio, this person is dicey. They might be spicy dicey, but they dicey. They are dicey. It's like, oh, you just got out of prison? Like, let me give you my number. Like, no. Red flag number one. My type, red flag number one. I'm like, oh, I think you're hot. Like, you're some homeless kid with a banjo or a guitar wrapped around. Like, nope. Homeless kid with a dog, a backpack. Nope. Red flag number one. All right, so let's get Scorpios a message. For those of y'all that don't give two shits about love or relationship or a hookup or whatever, we are going to find a general message for you. What sort of general message can we give to our Scorpio collective? General message for Scorpio. Keep the dog, send them back, right? It's like, can I just take your puppy? For those of you that don't know, I am, 1,205 days completely sober and like have completely transformed my life and wrote a book, and anything is possible, y'all. Like, don't give up hope. Like, there is always hope. You can always change it around. And I'm 42 years old. You know what I mean? Play with fire, right? They say it's easier to ask for forgiveness than it is permission. So thank you very, very much. Yeah, if you would have told me 5 years ago that I'd be like an advocate for recovery and that I'd be completely like sober, like I don't even smoke weed or nothing, like I would have laughed you out of my existence. Like I never would have thought that was ever possible. So we never know. We never know. You ain't ever going to grow up, Mom. All right, Scorpio. General message for Scorpio. What sort of general message do we have for Scorpio? For those that are not interested in any of, like, if you want to insert the vomit noise after you hear the word love, this reading's for y'all. All right. Career, life in general. What do we have for Scorpio? Absolutely, there is always hope, even in the darkest places. I didn't think there was any hope. I didn't think there was any hope at all, you know? I do know what a twin flame is. Putting that label twin flame on somebody had like made me disrespect the fuck out of myself, man. Because they were my twin flame. Like, I would let them do whatever I wanted to me. I would let them, you know what I mean? I disrespected myself hardcore by putting that label on someone. All right, Scorpio, you have the Wheel of Fortune as your overall energy. This is my favorite card too, the Wheel of Fortune. It's like, because no matter how bad life gets, it can always get better. And no matter how good it is, like, you better enjoy it while it's there. You know what I mean? It's like this is the card of the moment. It makes me appreciate the moment. But you got the Wheel of Fortune, Scorpio, as your overall energy for your general message. So that means that things are looking up. That wheel is spinning. Wheel is spinning. How are you going to have the Wheel of Fortune in the upright and the World in the reverse? It's like the wheel is spinning. Are you not completing a cycle? You know what I mean? Are you going through another phase, another repeated cycle? I mean, go through it as many times as you need to. It's your own life path, you know? Some of y'all might be making a decision that you know for a fact ain't going to get you nowhere, but you're going to make it anyways. I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to touch that hot stove as many times as it takes. Like, I ain't here to judge nobody on how many times they do something, or how many times they let somebody come back, or how many times they go back to someone, or, you know what I mean? Keep repeating the same pattern over and over again. Like, I am not one to judge, man. But you got the 9 of Cups. So that is emotional stability within yourself, you know? Maybe you're going to choose something different this time. Maybe this time around you're going to choose something a little bit different. Like, maybe you did this and you had this one experience and you kept reacting the same way, you know? Maybe you're actually going to do something different. Maybe you're actually going to say no to somebody when they ask you to do something that you don't want to do. Maybe you're actually going to stand up for yourself, you know? Maybe it's taken you a while to learn how to do that. For a long time, it took me a long time to learn how to say no, because whenever I felt like I said no, I felt like I was being a bad friend. I felt like I was being a bad partner. I felt like I was, going to be abandoned in some way or another, you know? It took me a long time to say no without feeling like, like getting waiting for the feedback of it, you know? And at first my no's were a lot like a question. It would be like, no, more like a question. But now they're like, no. Like, it's just a straight fact statement. There's no wiggle room in the no. You know what I mean? And maybe some of y'all are learning that. Maybe it's the first time you've ever really, truly learned how to say no to somebody or to a situation, or stuck up for yourself. And it don't matter how many times you got to repeat something. We are all on our own life path, right? We all have our own experiences to learn. That doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, like, you just got to learn it your way. Some people got to write it down. Some people got to speak it out loud. Some people got to be told it or shown it. Some people need all three of those things in a couple of different times, and no judgment. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. You have the High Priestess. I think you are finally standing up for yourself in something. Like, maybe you've repeated this cycle and over and over and over. Yeah. Coming out of stormy water, right? Like you got one more obstacle. Maybe this last obstacle is actually sticking up for yourself, is actually saying no to something that you don't want to do, or somewhere you don't want to go, or to a, that could like that embodies so many different scenarios. But you got one more obstacle. One more obstacle to cross over. Yeah, you might get a message from someone from the past, someone that's like immature, and you might handle it a completely different way than you have in the past. Maybe before they could play with your heartstrings, or this person could tug at you. Like maybe it was a job that you're working, and every time you were off work, they asked you to come in, no matter what it is that you had going on, you always said yes. Well, I think this time you're going to say no. I'm like, no, I have plans, and there ain't nothing wrong with that. $32 years. Thank you very much for showing that it's possible, that long-term sobriety is freaking possible. So thank you very much for being a way shower. There are so many people out there that are like, like I have over 3 years, and some people look at my over 3 years and they're like, there's no way I can do that. There's no way I could do that. And then somebody looks at like somebody's 5 weeks and they're like, there's no way I could do that. But then somebody looks at their like 1 day or 2 days and they're like, well, maybe I could do a day or two, maybe I could do it for that 1 day, maybe I could do it for those 2 days, and then somebody like me that sees somebody with 32 years, is like, man, 32 years might seem impossible, but there's someone out there that's doing it. So thank you for showing that it is possible. It took me a long time to get to that 1 day. I don't know how many times I thought about that 1 day of not using, or that 1 day of not drinking, or that 1 day of changing some sort of behavior that I knew was toxic within myself. That 1 day, like just 1 day, I would like to do this and stick with it. It took a long time to get to that 1 day. So if you're at 1 day, I'm fucking proud of you. You're at 32 years, I'm fucking proud of you. You at 2 weeks, I'm fucking proud of you. Congratulations. Because think of how long it took you to get to just that 1 day. Some people ain't even at that 1 day yet. So congratulations, Scorpio, on whatever this life-changing decision it is that you're going to make for yourself. You're going to make some sort of decision for yourself. And as far as the spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle, like they dicey as fuck, but it might be the way you like it. You know what I mean? So if you're going to play with fire, like make sure you know what you're getting into. Congratulations. Good job. Good job, Beck. Now we're going to move on to Libra. Congratulations. You're on that first day. Fucking proud of you. I remember those days, Barbara. I remember those days. I'm super proud of you guys, man. Both you and Jim. Super proud of you. Right? Getting it together. 1 day at a time. One piece at a time. One decision at a time. And it doesn't matter how long it takes, So like, have you ever seen that meme with the ladder? And it's like it shows you the importance of small steps. And it's like you look at this ladder and it's like got these giant steps on it. And it's like, but how are you supposed to get to the top of that ladder? That's why there's all these little steps on that ladder so that you can actually make it to the top. All right, Libra. It makes a lot of sense. Like lots of times we get down on ourselves because we haven't like made some sort of huge accomplishment. But it's like the people that have made those accomplishments that we want to make, we didn't see all them little steps they had to take to get there. We only seen the outcome of it. Libra, is this spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? What do we got for Libra? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Libra. That one. In their feels. Somebody's in their feels. Ooh, but it could be toxic. Could be dicey, Libra. Tell me why she's pulling a condom out of her purse. I didn't even see that until just a second. Ooh! What you got going on, Libra? If that thing has been in there for a while, you might want to replace it, because they do get holes in them and they do go bad. Just an FYI, that's a message out there for someone. You've been carrying a condom in your wallet for a while, you might want to get a new one. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle for Libra? Tantric sex. Oh, damn. Oh, damn. Ooh, Libra. That is like, we got spicy and dicey. Are they so good at it? You think that they must be bad? You're like, you too good. This has got to be bad. Like, woo. It's like, oh no. You was too good at this. Like, almost make me blush, Libra. Make me blush. Tantric. That's a good word, tantric. What do we got, Libra? Uh-oh. Somebody's getting caught, though. Like, if you fucking with somebody that's fucking with somebody else, if they're fucking with you while they're fucking with somebody else, they probably fucking with somebody else. Somebody else is somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. You know what I mean? It don't matter how good the sex is. You got to be careful with that. Like, somebody's real good in bed and all of a sudden we all in love. Like, ooh, I think I'm in love. So don't be falling in love with somebody just because they're they good in the sheets. You know what I mean? Yeah, it says shit's about to pop off. And we got bad choices. There's something about like that taboo shit. Like, some people are addicted to that taboo, like they don't want a real relationship with nobody. They would rather go play around because there's that secret aspect to it, that like sneaky, you know what I mean, taboo thing. Some people are just addicted to that. But if they're willing to fuck around on somebody with you, then that means that they're willing to fuck around on you, And you don't want to be disrespecting yourself like that, especially if you know that they got a partner or something. Like, don't disrespect yourself like that. It don't matter how good they lay it down. Because so far this person is toxic, but they might be really good in bed. So that might be all it's about. What's this one? Watching shit go down, enjoying gossip, and fulfilling a fantasy. Yeah, I think this person might have some sort of like sex addiction, you know what I mean, or a porn addiction. So you got to be careful with this one, Libra. Be careful with this. Because they spicy, but they dicey. They might be going through a divorce, Or that might be what they're telling you to try to get you to go to bed with them. People will come up. Like, have you ever noticed how wonderful someone is while they're trying to get in your pants? Like, you will never see someone be so good the best person in the world. It don't matter if it's female or male, you know what I mean? But they are the best person in the world while they're trying to get into your pants, especially if that's really all they want. It's like this like challenge for them, And then once that happens and they switch up, like if that's ever happened to you, it's because it was all about that chase. Like that's their game. So don't play that game. Don't play that game, Libra. Let's get one from the messages from the mental realm. Like some people are really good at being really good for the first couple of months. And then their true colors start coming out. My mom always said like 3 months. Anybody can be good for 3 months, And you'll never see anybody as good as when they're trying to get you in bed. The fuckboy mask? Oh yeah. Girls wear it too, though. Like, it's not just the dudes. Girls wear it too. I've been around a lot of girls that be lying to dudes, get them to give them what they want. You know what I mean? Get them to buy them new phones or to buy them dinner or, do something for them and have absolutely no intention of being with this guy whatsoever. They're just getting whatever they can out of him. Can you accept where I'm at right now? Because my life is a mess. This person a mess. They're a toxic mess. But they might lay, if you've been with them, they probably lay the pipe down real good, or they know how to wiggle, like they know how to move, you know what I mean? And sometimes we get addicted to that. Like sometimes some of us ain't never even had that before. So when we find that, we're like, I'm in love, but it ain't love. All right. Says I used to be a player, but somehow you changed me. I wonder how many people they tell this to, I wonder if that's like their favorite line to use. Like, girl, I was a player, but you changed me. Something about you changed me. Like, nah, don't listen to it. Don't listen to their words. Listen to, follow their actions. If their actions don't match up with their words, then it's just a bunch of bullshit, all right? But they can't just be your friend. I don't think this person can be, anybody's friend, really. It's like they get what they want, and then they're out. And especially if you were really hard to get, it's like that game was really enticing to them, Says, I know I did you wrong. You did not deserve this. I was actually with a guy one time that was honest with me about that shit. He's like, I can't be with you because I don't want to hurt you, And at that time, I didn't believe him. I kept pushing and pushing and pushing, But if somebody tells you that, make sure you believe them. If they're trying to tell you that, hey, I'm a player, you know what I mean? You might not know how bad they actually really are. And most of the time, guys like that, guys that are players, is because they are terrified of rejection. That is so true. And same thing goes for women, Not just dudes are players. Women are players too. I've seen it. All right. So Libra, that person, he's spicy. He's spicy, but dicey as fuck. Dicey. Spicy but dicey. You gotta have your wits about you with that one. Yeah, for me, before I was healed and had been on my healing mission, just my type, red flag number 1. So be careful with that. If your type has always led you astray, maybe you need to evaluate your type. You know what I mean? What sort of general messages can we get for Libra? For the Libra collective that does not give two fucks, they don't want to hear about love. If they want to insert the vomit noise when you hear love. What sort of general messages do we have for Libra? Please and thank you, Libra. This guy. Ace of Swords. And this Sun card. The truth shall set you free. Like maybe some of y'all have some sort of like brand new creative idea, you know? Like Libras are air signs, so like all air signs are thinkers, man. We think about our thinking, you know, and then we think about our overthinking. So there's definitely something that you've been thinking about, but thinking about it makes you happy for sure, you know, and it might even make you some money. So whatever this idea is that you have is definitely going to make you happy, you know. It's going to make you money. You're going to have some sort of balance in your emotions, like with your emotions and your workplace, like some sort of financial and home balance. But there's a lot of work still to be put in, Libra. You got to put in a lot of work still. Yeah. With the Fool, some of you are taking a leap of faith. Not a leap of doubt. Don't be taking leaps of doubt, but you're taking a leap of faith, you know? You know that no matter what, God's got your back. You know, and some people are triggered by that word God, but I don't care what you want to call it. God, universe, spirit, creator, source. Like, I love them all. Like, I am so in love with them all. So it's like, I believe that you have true ultimate faith in the universe, Libra. Like, you know that you are spiritually protected. You know that God's got your back. You know, and I think you had some sort of some idea that is going to be very worthwhile, make you very happy. You know, it's going to get rid of this, whatever this abscess on your soul is, you know. Like you might be scared. You might be scared that if you take this leap of faith, like that it's going to be a tower moment and that you're going to regret it. But that's taking a leap of doubt. Don't take a leap of doubt. Take a leap of faith. You know, you're okay. The world's got you. Whatever it was that was tormenting you in the past, whatever sort of failure you had in the past, you're not going to repeat that same cycle. You're not going to have that same trauma. You're not going to choose the same things over and over again. You've got the world card. You've got the end right there. You know, we got the Wheel of Fortune on the bottom and the Magician on the cut, right? So there's something that you're manifesting that is really going to turn in your favor, but you can't have those doubts. You can't say, oh, I'm going to take a leap of faith, but I'm scared. Like, I'm scared to death of taking this leap of faith. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, and be all in your head, like worried, like, how am I going to do this? What's going to happen with this? Like, and have all of these questions. Like, you can't be going through it in your mind, like wondering what's going to happen, like holding on to it, trying to control. It's like, if you really take a leap of faith, you just take that leap of faith and know that God has got you, you know, like, it don't matter how it's going to come. It don't matter what it's going to look like. All you know is that you're protected and God's got you. Because it's something that you're real passionate about. And if you haven't gone after your passions, like, go after your passions, Libra. We got the Moon. So you might want to be careful of like telling your dreams to people, telling your plans to people. You know what I mean? Like, when I was writing my book, I didn't tell a whole bunch of people that I was writing my book, because it's like, then I got superficial success from the idea of writing my book. Like, I didn't tell a bunch of people until it was actually written, because the idea of the people congratulating me or giving me praise before it was even done might have sabotaged the path that I was on to actually get it completed. So don't be telling people that, you know, what you've got going on. Like, make sure that you actually get it done before you like lay it out. You know, like maybe you go quiet for a while, you're quiet, then all of a sudden, boom, here you are with your accomplished vision. All right. Because when you put it out there, like, you're going to have naysayers, you'll have people that'll tell you that you're crazy for doing it. You'll have people, why are you going to quit your job and so that you can do this or that or this? You'll have all kinds of people trying to fill your ear full of doubt. All right. Don't listen to the people, like, don't even put it out there. You know, maybe just like your closest friends, but you've got some people out there that will try to use that against you, you know, or you could even use it against your own self, like that, like getting recognition before it's even happened, you know, and you don't want to sabotage yourself like that. Well, thank you very much, B Brown. And Kiki, thank you very much for being here. So don't be telling people your plans, all right, Libra? Don't tell them until it's done. Like, if you got a hermit and get, you know, make sure that you got your plans laid out, you know what you're doing, you know what I mean? You start seeing progress with it, or you actually have it written, like, boom. I didn't tell people I was writing a book until I wrote a book. I wasn't saying I was going to do it. I might have told a couple people, hey, I'm in the process of writing a book. But once I started telling people that, you know, then all of a sudden you get this praise, you get this, you know, like this congratulations, but it's like a congratulations for a thought rather than an actual action. So wait till you accomplish what you accomplish and then put it out there. Well, thank you very much. That was Libra. We're going backwards. Because Pisces are always last. You know what I mean? So I started from Pisces and we're going backwards. So now we are on Virgo. V-I-R-G-O, 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 and Virgo is the sign, yo. All right, Virgo. Is it spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? And for those of you that don't want a love message, we will do a general message after the spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle. Because I know there's some of you out there that are so sick of hearing about it. It's like, man, will anybody do anything other than love? I feel you. All right. Virgo, is it spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle for the Virgo collective. Well, I just heard to switch decks. We're going to switch decks. Deck switch. And only you know who this person is that you're talking about. It could be a past person. It could be a present person. It could be somebody that you're crushing on. You know what I mean? It could be your current person. Only you know who you're talking about. Well, you and God, or universe. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle for a Virgo collective? What do we got? I will come back for you, but I got some things to figure out. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? What do we got? Ooh, divine feminine, healing. So we've got some healing cards. Both of these are healing cards. You know, we got to be grateful for that healing, man. Like, if somebody is actually out there doing the work, doing the inner work, if that's you or this person that you're thinking about, you know, if they are truly out there, like, trying to be a better person, trying to, like, work on their own problems, they would be down to have a booty call, though. All right. But I think this person is not ready. They are not relationship ready. And we got to be grateful for that. If they're not coming at you while they're not relationship ready, ooh, you guys might be playing chess there. Your move. I think you need to lead by example, though. You know, Like if this person sees you working on something like one of your character flaws, like maybe you get super angry at, we'll just use like driving. Like maybe you get super angry when somebody cuts you off, like we don't know how people act in real life sometimes. Like we have these fantasies in our mind, but then when we get together with them, we find out like they're really shitty to a waiter, so you can't stand going out to dinner with them, Or when they go grocery shopping, it's like they get road rage inside of the grocery store, like we all have our own kind of character defects and our own flaws, So if somebody is actually out there like doing the work to try to better themselves, like, okay, like maybe they scream at their children, whenever they're angry or they've had a bad day, and maybe they are seriously putting in the work to like, okay, I'm not going to scream at the children today. I will take myself out of the situation, or I will put myself in a room, or I'll put them in the room. You know what I mean? Like they're making small baby steps towards changing something about their character defects, their character flaws. And I think if they see you doing that first, then they're more than likely to follow by example. We have to be the change that we want to see in the world. We can't just expect others to change. They do feel like you deserve better. So if this is somebody that you've had in the past, if this is somebody that you've been with in the past, like there's somebody that feels like that you deserve better, And it could be something about their character flaws, like how they act about certain situations. Because we really don't get to see someone until we really see them, What'd I drop? I should get a bib for these cards that I keep dropping on the floor. Get like one of them Red Lobster bibs that like hold all the stuff. I need to focus on me, like we were saying. And that is not a bad thing. If they're doing it for the right reasons, that is not a bad thing. And really, we should be grateful, And I lied to you. Somebody lied to you about something. Because it was easier than telling the truth. But we got to make sure that people can tell us our truths. Like maybe they don't feel comfortable like being honest with you because of how you react about shit, Like if they tell you something and you just automatically blow up on them every single time, then they're probably not going to want to tell you, How you handle a situation is also how somebody's going to handle you, Like if I tell you something in secret about me and all you do is make fun of me or use it against me later, then chances are I'm probably not going to tell you stuff anymore, If I tell you something about what's going on in my life and you freak out and get angry or like lose your shit, then I'm probably, if I'm in that situation again, I'm probably not going to want to tell you, So we have to, like, trust comes with two sides. Not only do we have to trust what a person is telling us is the truth, we have to be able to trust that we can tell our truths to someone without them, like, blowing up on us or abandoning us or leaving us or whatever the case may be, I know in my circumstances, like, you are way better off coming up to me and telling me the truth than letting me find out some truth, Like, let me find out some shit, It's a whole other story than if you come up and are like, hey. So, I mean, maybe this person is working on their reactions or actions, And that's a blessing. That's actually honestly a blessing. Because when you have a person, you would rather them come to you, right? You would rather them get all of their crap out of the way, all of their karmic relationships out of the way, all of their like fucking up out of the way. You would rather get all your fucking up out of the way, all your learning out of the way. So that when you come into a relationship with somebody, that it can actually be like give and take, mutual communication, not controlling and obsessive or overbearing or whatnot. It's like this connection might be a little dicey, and not in like a shady way, but just like I think communication, I think the way that you guys communicate with each other is a little like, can be a little harsh. What else can we tell Virgo about this? About this spicy, dicey? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Yeah, we definitely don't want it to go there. You know? We definitely don't want it to go there. Like, I was raised like, I don't call the police. And that would not by my mama, but, you know, by like my friends and like by the streets or whatever. Like, you don't call the police, you know. But I was in a situation one time where I was like, it was super, super abusive. Like, I kept telling this guy that he couldn't be here and he kept showing up, you know. My son didn't want to be at my house anymore because this guy would not leave. You know, it's like he came over. It was supposed to be like a one night stand that just moved into my house, and this fool would not go anywhere, you know. And it became really, really, really bad and really abusive. And my son kept asking me, "My mom, why don't you call the police?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, I can't call the cops, you know. Like, I can't just call the cops. He's like, well, why not? You know. It was like, sometimes, like, you have to do what you have to do. If you are in an abusive relationship like that, like, that was actually the only way that he left me alone, you know. But I know some of you are terrified of being that person, and I get it. I totally get it. I know that was real specific for someone. I mean, not everything is going to resonate with everyone, you know, so you can't be like Cinderella's wicked stepchildren trying to fit their fat feet inside the glass slipper. So if it doesn't resonate, like, some things you should be thankful that don't resonate with you, you know? If this person wants to fulfill a fantasy with you, you know? Maybe they have some sort of secret desire, you know? Maybe they're scared to talk about it with you. Maybe this person is intimidated by the fact you have a, like, for the females out there, like, maybe this person is intimidated by the fact you even have a dildo, you know. Like, that tells you how timid they are in with themselves. Like, they're like intimidated by your personal pleasure device. And probably has something to do with their past. This person could be going through like financial difficulties, you know. And don't just stay in relationships because this person's got money. Like, if you're a person out there using somebody because, like, oh, they have a job, or oh, they take care of the bills, or like, what are you going to do without their financial resources? Like, shame on you. And shame on you if you're doing it on purpose, you know. If you're only with somebody because they got a car, and there are people out there that are like that. I have seen it, I have heard it, I have experienced it myself, you know. Like, make sure that this person isn't just using you for your resources. Yeah, they're in their feels. Once again, pulling a condom out of their purse. If you got some old condom in your wallet, you need to switch that up. Then things go bad, all right? So, Virgo, I think this person would like to get more spicy with you, but it's kind of like your communication's a little dicey, you know? Maybe the way you talk to each other isn't the best of times, or the worst of times. Like, maybe there is no times or whatever, but it's like, I don't think this person has bad intentions with you. I just don't think that y'all know how to talk to each other, you know, or maybe that's like a skill you didn't learn, you know, maybe you weren't raised watching that, you know, so you don't know how to communicate what you really want, what you really, really want. But I think they would like to get spicy with you. I think this person has some secret fantasies that they would like to discuss with you, or some sort of something that they would like to get done, like, in that area, but they're too shy, you know, or they don't know how to bring it up. Yeah, and they're terrified of rejection. They think you're going to laugh at them. They're all going to laugh at me. You never know unless you try. How do you know you don't like something unless you try it, you know? All right, let's get you a general message. I almost went on without your general message. All right, this is a general message for the Virgos out there that have no interest in love. That if you want to insert like some sort of vomit noise when you hear love or anything like that, you know, this could be about career, this could be about finances, just general. What do my Virgos need to hear in general? Pentacles. I think some of you guys are going to be hearing something, some sort of good news about a financial situation. We got the 9 of Pentacles with the 3 of Pentacles, and then the 9 of Wands in reverse. So, like, you guys might have been in some sort of rocky situation as far as financial things go. You know, maybe you're waiting to hear back from, you know, a disability lawyer, or waiting to hear back about, you know, like your vacation pay, or pulling out your 401k a little bit early, or getting a loan or something. I think some of you guys are going to have positive news as far as like your financial stuff goes. If you're waiting for feedback from some sort of institution regarding finances, could be like for maybe your FAFSA got approved for your student loans or something for next semester. I think you are definitely going to be getting that. But be careful what you do with it. Don't be overspending. Don't be spending zealously, you know? Make sure you pay off what you need to pay off with what you got before you start like buying things that you want. Make sure you take care of the things that you need before you get what you want. All right, Virgo? All right. Now let's move on to Leo. Leo. So we are going to see if it is spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle for the Leo collective. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle for the Leos with whoever they're thinking about. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle. We got for the Leo collective. So it feels like someone feels like they're left out in the cold. Someone feels like they are left out in the cold. That it is one-sided, you know, that this person only cares about themselves and their gratification or like their fulfillment, you know. Yeah, somebody feels like left out, but they don't know how to talk about it, you know. They don't know how to bring up that fact that they feel left out. What else can we get for the Leo collective? Some of them could have some sort of addictions or codependencies, you know? Or maybe you guys only have a good time when you're drinking, so then that becomes the norm. It's like, you know, I can only have fun. Like, we only have a good time. We only really get along whenever we're drinking, you know? And if you were in a relationship that's based off of that, it's like, then what happens when you get sober, you know? It's like if your partner is somebody that's what all like your relationship is based off of, is like drinking or partying together, you know? Like, you might feel like you don't have a relationship outside of that. Yeah, you might be lacking some sort of like real connection. Maybe you guys didn't like start off with that real deep bond, you know, like you guys weren't friends at first. You guys didn't have that real soul bond at first, you know? Yeah, friendship phases in reverse. I don't think you guys took the time to get to know each other, you know? And I think that like when you go out and party and stuff, like you have a good time, it's like you're on that liquid courage, but then you become dependent on that liquid courage in order to actually get along with this person, or in order to actually like get down, you know? You know, and you're feeling things that you've never felt before, so you need to process, you know? If this person is an older gentleman, maybe they're in their head, like maybe they got some ED problems, you know? And because they have ED problems, you might be thinking that it's you. Guaranteed that they are more up in their head about it than you are. Like if they're having problems in that area, all right, I know this is kind of specific, but if they are having problems in that area, it hurts them way more than you could possibly know. All right? Like it's embarrassing for them. You might feel like, oh, what am I not good enough? You know, like I don't please you. I don't, you know, but like seriously, like an older age gentleman, like it really bothers him. So, and then it bothers him to see how you feel about it, you know, to see the disappointment on your face, you know, thinking that it's you, but it's not a you problem. It's not your problem, you know. It's not because you've done anything wrong. It's not because they're not attracted to you. And it is 5:55 right now. 5:55, glad to be alive. That's always my mantra. So if this person has a problem, like keeping it up there, you know, it's not your problem. It's not your fault. It's not that they're not attracted to you. All right. You guys definitely have a soul contract. And you are the one for them. So if you're up in your head thinking that, you know, like that you're not good enough for this person, or like that you don't satisfy them, or you're not pretty enough, or you're not whatever enough, you are enough. You are more than enough. And guaranteed that this bothers them way more than they're letting on. It's like, how can my body parts betray me? You know, they're feeling betrayed by their own body parts. All right. And I really don't think that this has anything to do with you. I really don't. I know that's a very specific message and is not going to resonate for everybody, but there's somebody out there that really needs to hear that, you know, that this person really does love you, you know, that they really are attracted to you. And that problem that they're having is not a you problem. It has nothing to do with you not being good enough, all right? I've had that issue before where I thought it was me, you know, like I've been with partners where I'm like, is there something that I'm doing wrong? Like I've taken it personally, but like it was nothing that I was doing, you know, can't take it personal. And it actually like hurt them that I felt that way, you know, like I could see the pain on their face, like, you know. So let them know that you love them and that it's okay. And you'll love them, and you guys will get through this. You'll find a way to get through it, all right? But I think they're embarrassed about it. Let's get you some sort of general message. This is for the people that have no interest whatsoever in, you know, finding out about love. Like, just get a general message for the Leo collective. I'm still on Leo, right? Right. General message for Leo. For the Leo collective out there that has no problems in the relationship, isn't inquiring about a relationship, or isn't looking for a relationship, or doesn't care about relationships. Like they just want to know what's good in their life, what's coming up in their life. You know what I mean? Some sort of general message for Leo. Sort of general message do we have for Leo? Please and thank you. We got for Leo. Ooh. Shouldn't drop any more. All right, Leo. We got the Justice card. So some of you guys might be dealing with a Libra. We got the Six of Wands. So that is a victory. We have the Tower in reverse. So something that you thought was coming to an end. There's either something that you thought was coming to an end that's not coming to an end, or there's something that you know you need to end that you are holding on to dear life for. You know? Like the Tower in reverse is like you know that it's going to crumble. You know that like you're supposed to get rid of it. You know that something's got to end, but you're like holding on to it for dear life. And when this happens, like if the universe comes and sticks its fucking foot up your ass, dude, it's so much worse than if you would have just made the decision for yourself, you know? But I think you are getting some sort of justice. I think you are going to make this decision for yourself. You're about to. I don't think you have yet. But I think once you do make this decision, it is going to be victorious. You know, it might not be the end of the battle. You know, he's got that golden fleece, but he's still got to take it all the way across the ocean. You know what I mean? And then people are going to be coming to you for help. You know, maybe people that you have helped before weren't there for you. You know, like you've given help, but then when you needed help, wasn't nobody there. You know. And I think once you make this move, whatever move it is that you're thinking about making, and you are victorious with it, like these people they're going to like pretty much beg you to like not make that decision. They're going to ask you to stay, or ask you, you know, they're going to try to entice you by giving you some sort of like ultimatum or raise, or, you know, they're going to try to make it look better than what it is. But yeah, I think that you're about ready to walk away from something that is just not, you're walking away. But you haven't yet. You haven't walked away yet, but you are definitely contemplating it. Something that does not make you happy. Something that the universe has been slowly hinting at you, like, hey, you better quit this, or you better, you know, step away from your job, or you better step away from this relationship, or you better step away from this friendship, or you hear these people gossiping or something, like you don't need to be going out and drinking with your buddies all the time if that's like all that they do, you know, or they're out there causing trouble. You know, there's something that the universe has been telling you that you need to walk away from, and you've been like not listening yet. So make sure that the universe doesn't put its proverbial foot up your ass. You know, and you could have people that are trying to put you in the middle of something, making you choose sides. This could be a head over heart matter. You know, like logically quitting your job doesn't seem like a good idea, but your heart says that it is a fucking brilliant idea. So it's like you might be battling with your heart and your mind, like having some sort of like battle of like logically, you know, it doesn't make any fucking sense to quit doing this or to stop doing that. But the universe has been telling me to do it for a while. The universe has been whispering it or screaming it in your ear, you know. And I think if you make this decision yourself, then you'll be very victorious in whatever decision that is. Yeah, you'll be very victorious. You'll have a lot of cooperation. Like the universe has got your back. So whatever the universe has been screaming at you to do, make sure you do it yourself, all right? Make sure you make that decision yourself before the universe makes it for you. Because it'll be a lot rougher if the universe comes in and sweeps it all away. But you hear it. You do hear the call for whatever it is that you're ending, whatever doesn't make you happy, all right? So make sure that you actually listen to yourself. Because if you don't, you're going to be super sad about it. You're going to wish you had. Yeah, we got the nostalgia card. You're going to wish you had listened to yourself. I'm telling you, I need one of them bibs. Drop all these cards on the floor. So Leo, listen to your own intuition. Make the choice for yourself. Don't let the universe do it for you. All right? Because if the universe comes in and does it for you, it's usually like super chaotic, and then you're like, oh my God, what do I do with myself? So make the decision yourself. We are on to Cancer. What's good, Cancer? My Cancer people. My crabbity crabs. All right, Cancer. Is this spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? What do we got? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? For the Cancer Collective. Thank you guys so much for being here. Like, there are no words for the amount of appreciation I have for just being here and doing what I'm doing and being alive and like Dude, like, I love you guys. So thank you. Cancer, what do we got for the Cancer collective? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Cancer. Ugh, we got game over. Too hot to handle. Whatever it is, too hot to handle. Game over. They're like, nope. Or you're like, nope. Fighting for what you love. You shouldn't be fighting for love. You shouldn't be fighting to have to love. You shouldn't be fighting to get someone's love. Like, if they can't see who you are, then fuck them. You know what I mean? Like, you're done fighting. Game over. Like, you might be trying to prove yourself. Yeah, this situation's about to explode. Like, you don't need to prove yourself to this person, Cancer. Jeez, I keep dropping them on the floor. Drop them like it's hot, but I can't get back up. Yeah, caution. I say this is dicey. I haven't got one spicy card in here. It's just dicey. We got haters, insecure, whatever it is that you're thinking about. If you want to know if it's spicy or dicey, I say it's dicey. There's not even a mixture. Like, some of the signs had at least a mixture of some spicy with their dicey. This shit just spicy or dicey. What else can we get for Cancer? Private relationship. Yeah, some of y'all need to keep your business off of social media. All right? Keep your business off of social media. Like, some people be sitting back watching that shit with popcorn. You know, if you get into a fight with somebody or your loved one or your partner or whatever, and then you go on this big old rampage about them on Facebook, you know, or Instagram or whatnot, like, keep your private relationships private. Keep your private life private. It's a private life for a reason, all right? Because once you start putting that shit public, then everybody knows their dirty, dark secrets, or everybody knows that, you know, this person did that or this person did this, and then they see you right back with them or something, and it's like they just sit back and watch with popcorn. You know what I mean? So keep your private business private. Depression. Yeah, there's something. There's some sort of something that happened, Cancer. You know? It's like something that happened that you can't take back, or they can't take back. It's like somebody wants to set the record straight. Like I was saying, if it was all over Facebook or some shit, like, somebody's going to feel the need to, like, try to prove themselves or try to, you know, outdo the other one. Or it's like, have you ever noticed how people try to out-stupid one another? Like, don't try to out-stupid this person. They are dicey with not even a side of spicy. Whatever this is you're asking about. Keeping promises. Keep that promise to yourself. All right? If you promised yourself that you weren't going to go back, that you weren't going to take this person back, you know, if you promised yourself that you weren't going to let this slide, you know, that you weren't going to let this slide this time, or that you weren't going to, whatever it is that you promised yourself, keep that promise to yourself. Cancer. And I know this might not resonate for everybody, but there's someone out there that needs to hear it. Tired of the drama. It's like, all right, next. Yeah, just keep that shit off of social media. Keep it off of social media. Don't indulge in argumentative behavior like that is publicly broadcasted. All right. Like if they want to speak to you, they can come and speak to you face to face. Like people are like keyboard warriors, you know what I mean? They'll say whatever the hell they want behind a fucking text message, but they sure as fucking gonna come say that shit to your face. So if there is some sort of like important conversation you need to have with somebody, like make sure that you are sitting face to face with them, talking. You know, don't be texting important conversations with people, because that is the biggest way to miscommunicate, you know. And that's also the biggest way for somebody to be all ballsy, you know, and say a bunch of shit that they want to say, but they won't say it to you. They'll say it about you, but they won't say it to you, you know. Yeah, just be careful. Be careful about airing your your chones out there, you know what I mean. Don't be airing all of your business. So I'd say that is Dicey, Cancer. Let's get you a general message. For those of you that are in love and know you're in love and have no problems in your relationship, or aren't looking for a relationship, or have no questions about love, you know what I mean? Let's get you a general message. What sort of general message can we get for the Cancer collective? Cancer. What sort of general messages can we get for the Cancer collective? Drop it like it's hot again. Two of Swords. So you are either in a battle of heart and mind, you know, logic over feeling, or you have somebody that's trying to put you in between two people, you know, like you have somebody that's trying to get you to take sides. So it's either a battle over like logic over like how you feel, you know. Like sometimes the best decisions we ever make in life aren't the most logical ones, you know. Sometimes some of the best decisions are made off of feeling, but then sometimes so are the worst. But that's why, you know, stupidity and courageousness are both kind of the same thing. It's like where do you draw that line? But if you have people that are trying to get you to be in between their conversation, you know, like unless you took paramediation classes, or you know, like you're a professional in that sort of thing, like don't get people, don't be in between whatever these people have got going on. They're trying to get you to take sides. And I don't think it has anything to do with you. It could have to do with the same friend group. Yeah. It brings a lot, like whatever this is, whatever these people arguing about, like you have turned it into like it's probably with your partner, with somebody that you love, you know what I mean? We have a tendency to take on people's problems that we love. You know, if we're with a partner or something, and they are in beefs with their best friend, or have a beef with their baby mama, or have a beef with their baby daddy or something like that, we take that as our own, like that becomes our own problem, you know? But I feel like it's like being in the middle of it is super burdensome on your mind. Yeah, you just want to be the empress. Like you just want to be nurturing. Excuse me. Like you just want to be nurturing, and you want them to be nurturing, and it's like you're a Cancer, so it's like you're all about like loving and nurturing and giving and taking care of, and you know, but sometimes it could be to your own detriment. So make sure that the people that you're giving to aren't just completely just taking and taking and taking and taking and taking, because takers will never set boundaries. That's why givers have to. So it's like if you are giving too much of your time of whatever this conflict is that has nothing to do with you, like make sure you give your mind a rest, you know. Make sure that you like pretty much leave it at your front door. Like if this is something like that's at your work that really bothers you, like leave it at your door. Don't bring it inside your house, you know. Yeah, I think it'll work itself out. It'll work out. It might take some strength to not get all involved or whatever, but it'll work out. All right, Cancer. On to Gemini. Gemini. We're doing these backwards. So I went from Pisces and then we're going all the way to Aries. So we got Gemini, Taurus, and Aries left. Is this spicy or dicey, Gemini? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? What do we got? What do we got for the Gemini collective? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Spicy, dicey, too hot to handle. What do we got for Gemini? Gemini. Oop, happy birthday, by the way. They say they regret their behavior. They regret what they did. I mean, maybe they needed to learn how to regret something, you know? Sometimes we got to be the bad guy in order for us to truly learn something, you know? Like, I learned what it felt like to really hurt somebody that I loved, man. I don't ever want to do that shit again. So how can someone like you love someone like me? It's like some of them really had to go through it, you know? Like, I really had to learn that what it felt like when I hurt somebody that I loved, like, super bad, like how, like, that shit hurts, you know? So maybe that's what it took for them to actually learn something, you know, to not repeat their same mistakes, because maybe some of them don't ever want to do that shit again, you know? Like, if you were the one that got away. What else can we get for Gemini? Whatever it is, I feel like it keeps them up at night. You deserve a better version of me. Yeah, exactly. You know, I'm not saying that they didn't know what they did was wrong. They knew what they were doing was wrong, but they didn't know how bad it was going to hurt someone that they love like that. I never thought that I could ever feel this way about someone. You know, maybe they've done this before to lots of other people, but they didn't really love them. You know what I mean? But when they hurt somebody that they actually loved, you know, it's one thing when you're like fucking around with people you don't give a fuck about because you don't give a fuck. But if you fuck around and find out on some shit with somebody that you love, it's a whole other deal. You know, they might have gave up on love. Maybe they didn't even think that they were capable of loving, so that's why they were out there just fucking around and finding out, you know? But they fucked around and found out. And now they hurting. But they still can't promise you anything. Like they're still not ready to commit to their like changed behavior, you know? I know I have lied to you and I am truly sorry. Yeah. People that are truly sorry will actually change their behavior. You know, somebody that just says they're sorry, like they'll just keep doing it and doing it. Like, I don't know if this person's actually ready to change their behavior yet, but they do really hurt by hurting you or from hurting you. Life is too short to stress about love. Ain't that the freaking truth? Love should not be something that you're stressed about. Love should be uplifting. Love should not be controlling or jealous or manipulative. Love should be your safe space. And love just is. Like, that's why I'm called Say You Love, S.y.l. The who, the what, the when, the why are all just conditions of something that is unconditional. Love is unconditional. You know? The who, the what, the where, the why are all conditions. What else we got for Gemini? Spicy, dicey. Says, I don't want to give you hope and promise something I can't deliver. Well, I mean, at least they got that part right, you know? They did get that part right. They did learn some sort of a lesson. They might not be willing to change their behavior completely, but they did learn some sort of lesson, you know? And I'm sure it's vital for any sort of successful relationship with anyone on any level, whether it be friendship, romantic, you know, work, it don't matter. I wish I could change things between us. Sometimes some shit just happens and it never goes back to, it'll never go back the same way, you know? It'll never go back to the way it was before this happened. Try as you might. So there are things inside of me that I am afraid to show you. But they do want to work it out. You know, they want to work it out, but I don't know if they're ready to change their behavior yet. Like, they say they're sorry, and they actually do feel sorry for whatever it is that happened, you know? But they can't make you a promise that it's never going to happen again, you know? But maybe they can at least promise to try to change their behavior, you know, to actually put some sort of effort in and to actually put forth that effort, you know? They might not be able to change overnight, but they can at least, like, put some sort of effort in. But if you don't see this person putting in any sort of effort towards it whatsoever, you know what I mean, then I wouldn't put your life on hold. I wouldn't lay awake at night crying about it, you know, wondering why you're not worthy. Because you are the light. Shine your light so I can find my way. You are the light, Gemini. So we could get from Hidden Truth Oracle. Gemini. Whoa, too many. Sex shop and fake apology. I'm telling you, like, they're not ready to change their ways. All right. They are truly sorry that they hurt you. They're either truly sorry that they hurt you or that they got caught hurting you. You know what I mean? But it's not enough for them to actually change their behavior. Like, they're still going to do whatever the fuck it was that they were doing, that you caught them doing. They're still going to do it. You know what I mean? Sometimes people just get sloppy. They got comfortable with being sloppy, you know? Well, let me get you a general message. General message for Gemini. This is for the Geminis that don't want to hear about love. Like, they would rather, like, every time they hear the word love, they want to insert a vomit noise. You know what I mean? Like, they want to know, or you're in a happy relationship and have no concerns, or you have no crushes that you're wondering about. You just want a general message. This is for the Geminis that just want a general message. General message for Gemini. Flip. Not wanting to see the truth. There's something that you don't want to see. Something that's been presented to you that you don't want to see. What else we got? Like, quit dropping all these cards. Yeah, because maybe something about the truth is too hard. There's some sort of truth that you're not looking at. That you're like, la 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 la, I'm gonna bury my head in the sand and not pay attention to that. You know? Yeah, I don't want to hear it. Toxic. We're trying not to go on to this love thing. So this has nothing to do with love. We're not doing love on this one. Universe. You might not want to see how successful you are, you know? You might be ignoring, like, how far you've come, like how successful you truly are and how much healing that you've done, you know? You might be ignoring, like, you might not even see it. But that's like when your kid is growing up or whatever, like, you don't see them changing every single day, you know? Like, you don't see them getting bigger every day. You don't, because you're around them every day, you know? It's like we can't see the changes that we've made from the inside because we're in ourselves all the time. But I don't think that you're seeing how far you've actually come, Gemini. I don't think you're seeing how much you've actually healed and how much there is to be celebrated, you know? It's just like when someone loses a bunch of weight or gains a bunch of weight, it's like we don't notice it until someone says something to us, or we look at a picture of us from like a year or two ago and we're like, holy fuck, I've done a lot. You know, I've changed a lot since then. I think you've done a whole lot of healing that you are not giving yourself credit for or just don't see. Yeah, I think that you were handling things much differently than the old you would have, you know? Them baby steps, man. Like, I don't think you give yourself enough credit for how far you've come, for everything that you've accomplished, for all that you've endured and still rose, you know? I don't think that you give yourself enough credit for that shit. Because you only see yourself every day, you know? And it's hard to see when you're inside. It's like, if you were a fish swimming in the ocean, do you even know that you're in the ocean? You know? Like, you don't know you're in the ocean, you're just in the water. It's like raising a kid. But be careful of people. Be careful of some sort of sneaky individual, you know? You might have somebody that's a thief around you. So watch your shit. Lock your shit up. But what they always say, though, too, is like a locked door will get you a broken window. Is like, there ain't nothing in my car that's more expensive than me having to repair a freaking window, you know? It's like, and locks only keep honest people away, not thieves. If somebody really wants to get into some shit, they will. Yeah, I don't think that you're celebrating yourself enough. You got the 9 of Cups in reverse. Like, I feel like you feel like you haven't changed at all, that you haven't done any growing at all, that you haven't accomplished anything at all. And I think that you only think that way because you haven't seen yourself from the outside. Like, if you saw yourself from the outside, you would see how proud of yourself you should really be. All right, Gemini, going on to Taurus. Hi, Taurus. Welcome here. Welcome back. We are going to find out if it is spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle. Thank you guys so much for being here. It's truly an honor. It's an honor for me to be here, to be doing this right now. Like, if you knew me like 5 years ago, you'd be like, what? So it is truly an honor, and I appreciate you. Taurus. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? What do we got? Hey, Pixie back there sleeping. He's just a sleepyhead. Maybe some of you guys are sleepyheads. Maybe you guys have been sleeping a lot or need to get some sleep. Like, we accomplish a lot in the astral realm. Like, sometimes I don't think we realize how much we actually get done. Like, when we sleep all the time and we wake up feeling exhausted, you were probably doing a lot on the astral plane. Taurus. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? Let's get this going. Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle for Taurus? What we got? Cycles. One starts, the other one ends. One ends, the other one starts. One starts, another one ends. I mean, but that's with everything in life. Taurus. What do we got? Ooh, reunion energies. You might have somebody from your past and you're up in your inbox, all bling. I feel like it's somebody that you ain't been with before, though, really. This might be like an old high school friend. You know, maybe somebody that had like a super crush on you but never ever told you. Like maybe this person thought you were the hottest fucking thing ever, you know? They used to like draw your name in their yearbook and like, you know, like always wondered what it would be like to be with you. It's like I think that they're finally are gathering up enough courage to say something to you. You know, maybe they had a bunch of people in their ear. Says too many cooks ruin the stew. External influences. You know, like why would you want to be with them? Like they're the nerd, or they're the this, or they're, you know what I mean? Like maybe you were too influenced by other people's like thoughts and patterns back in the day. You know, so you might have not ever even noticed this person. I mean, we become little bits of people we hang out with. Like we take little pieces of the personality of all the people that we're the closest with, you know? Rather it be the way we talk, you know, little bits of our like personalities, like how we carry ourselves. Like that's why who we're around is super important. Yeah, this person might have been playing chess with you. If you've got somebody out there that's like, I'm gonna leave, you know what I mean, just to see if you'll run and chase them, like don't let people play those kind of games with you, you know? That is a manipulation tactic. Same thing with people, I mean, same thing with people saying they're gonna hurt themselves. If somebody tells you that they're gonna hurt themselves because you leave them or whatever, like that is a manipulation tactic. I mean, don't not take it seriously, but if you leave somebody or you break up with somebody or you're on a split with somebody and then they threaten to like hurt themselves, then like tell them, like call the emergency line and say, hey, I need you to do a welfare check on this person. Like I care about them and they're threatening to do this, you know? Like don't not take it seriously, but don't also don't let them manipulate you. Because a lot of people like try to play that game. Friendship phase. Some of y'all are friends and they're confused why they have feelings for you. That's important, man. People evaluate like how important being friends with whoever it is that your partner is. You know, like you got to be friends first. If you can't form a solid friendship with somebody, you know, if you're not actually friends with them, and after that honeymoon phase is gone, is like, you know, 5-6 months later, then you find out you don't even like the person you're with. You're like, man, I don't like the music you listen to. Like we don't have any of the same like common interests. It's not like everything has to be the same, but there should be enough there that there should be enough differences and enough similarities to where you guys keep each other like in balance, you know? But a lot of times we hook up with somebody without knowing anything about them, and then we find out we can't stand their music, we can't stand their friends, or they can't stand us, you know? And it's like, then what do, you know? Yeah, but if it's a person from the past, they reread your texts. They think about you. And they are transforming. Whatever happened between you guys was like meant to happen. It was meant to happen that way. This doesn't feel like it's spicy nor dicey. Sorry, Taurus. That doesn't feel spicy nor dicey. Feels like a cocoon, you know? Transformation phase. Let's get the Taurus collective a general reading. For those of you that do not care about finding out if it's spicy or dicey, let's see what we got in general. Maybe financial, career, just life in general. Ooh, 10 of Pentacles. For the overall energy of a general read to be 10 of Pentacles, that is Like, if you're worried about money, you will not be worried about money. All right, Taurus. If you're worried about money, or if you're questioning about money, like, you got the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun card. We have the Emperor. You know, I think some of y'all may need to be careful of your of like how you talk to people in authority, or your attitude about people in authority, or how authoritative you come off. I guess, like, maybe people find you unapproachable because of like how authoritative you are. Not to say that that's necessarily a bad thing, but some people, you might lose out on opportunities that way. I don't know who needed to hear that, but yeah, Knight of Pentacles. If you're worried about money, you're worried about job, you're worried about finance, I think you'll be all right, Taurus. I think you'll be all right. But you are going to have to take action. You got the Tower in reverse. Like, it's not all going to fall apart, but you definitely are going to have to take some sort of action. It's not just going to fall into your lap. Like, you're going to actually have to go out there and get her done. You know what I mean? We got the Sun card again and the Chariot. So those of you that were wondering about like some sort of financial situation, your finances are looking pretty good. Yeah, split to the Ten of Cups. Your finances are going to be looking good, all right? I don't think there's any need to worry. I think you need to not worry and do a little less worrying and a little bit more action, all right? All right, let's go on to Aries. All right, Aries. Thank you guys so much for being here. It is an honor, and it is my honor, and it is my pleasure. And I appreciate you more than words like could ever describe. Let's see. For Aries, spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? What do we got for the Aries collective? Spicy, dicey, or too hot to handle? You can't stand the heat, get the fuck out the kitchen, right? Some of these are backwards. All right, there we go. They can't stand the heat. They shouldn't be in the kitchen. They shouldn't even be attempting to be in the kitchen. You know what I mean? They're going to pass out from the heat. Destroyed. Ooh. Fake apology. And anger management. I don't know if this is you or them, Aries, but woo! Somebody blew the fuck up. Somebody might have an anger issue. Too hot to handle. Too hot-headed to handle is what it is. Too hot-headed. Somebody too fucking hot-headed. They got a real short fuse. You know what I mean? So you feel like you got to walk on eggshells. Like, at any moment they could like flip out about something. You need to watch that shit. I think these whoever this is too hot-headed and toxic. They got a lot they got to work on. Either you or them. I don't know if that's you or them. They got to work on some sort of anger issue, you know, about like, because once those words leave your mouth, you can never take them back, man. Never, ever, ever. I've had stuff that somebody said to me in my head like over and over and over and over for years and years and years. You know, I got punched in the face, dude. That shit healed. You know, I don't feel that no more. But words you can never take back. So when you are angry, make sure that you zip it. You know, and if you can't do it all at one time, you know, like, people don't change overnight, but you could at least start making fucking steps towards doing that. You know, first it starts with acknowledgement, like, oh damn, I acknowledge that I have this anger issue. You know, oh damn, like, maybe I should really like learn how to control myself when I feel a certain way. You know, first step is acknowledgement, just like in 12 steps. You know what I mean? You gotta really understand that there's a problem. But if this person doesn't even acknowledge that there's a problem at all, and it's always you, no good. And it says take caution. I think this person is super hot-headed, the super short fuse. Love story, once upon a time, but it's in the reverse. You know, maybe this person wasn't always like that. Or maybe you just found that out about this person. Like I said, anybody can be good for 3 months. And the person that's trying to get in your pants will definitely behave the very best, you know? Yeah. Look, if somebody is in danger, if somebody is really like real bad, like somebody's in danger, you know what I mean? Like you can't, like they really, like this person might really need some help. And I know that it is hard to get away from and it's hard to accept, but I really think this person is hot-headed. You know, and they know they fucked up and they might act real good for a couple months afterwards and then it's right back to the same old shit. You know what I mean? This person's on a short fuse. Yeah, they might promise you stuff and buy you flowers and make you feel like you're the most prettiest thing in the world, you know, and then it's right back to fucking calling you names and walking on eggshells and you're breathing wrong and then they start punching holes in the wall, or you know what I mean? Like this person is no good. But I do understand how hard it is. Like a lot of people are like, well, why don't you just leave? You know what I mean? But they've probably never been in that kind of situation. So like I understand how hard it is and how much strength it takes to get away from something like that. So there ain't no judgment here. And you probably already know what you're supposed to do. It's just like, how do you go about doing it, you know? And they could be like that because they're on drugs. You know, it says that they're doing drugs. I know that when I was in active addiction, man, I would cause fights with the people that loved me just so I could escape the house to go party with my friends. You know what I mean? Like my friends that were in active addiction, like they would start fights with their girlfriend or start fights with their friends or whatever so that they could come and party at my house because like that's what they wanted to do, was go and party. So sometimes like it's hard for people that are in active addiction because their mind tells them that they want that, like, oh well, I can't drink here, I can't do this here, I can't do drugs here. So you know, they like, and their addiction is lying to them, telling them that you're the problem, and really it's them that's the problem. So they're going to try to find whatever excuse they can. They're going to try to find whatever sort of argument that they can get into so they can go do what they want to go do, because that addiction is lying to them. All right. It's like, how can you tell if you're enabling an addict or not? Is because if you are enabling an addict, then they're probably happy with you, you know? But it's the people that are making you like take accountability, you know, like people that actually have your true, like actually do love you, are the ones that are like, you know, why don't you not drink today, you know, or why don't you come hang out over here, or, you know, telling you that they love you and actually not enabling you to do some shit that's destroying your life. But if this person starts fights with you out of nowhere, it's like 1 minute you're totally good, and then the next minute they're starting fights with you, it's probably because they have some sort of secret addiction, and their addiction is telling them that you're the bad guy and that the people that they're partying with are the good guys. All right? Let's get some sort of general message for Team Aries. What sort of general message do we have for Team Aries? We got the devil on the break. So I'm sorry, Aries, if you're dealing with somebody that is in addiction, like there is nothing that you could do. Like there's nothing that you can't love it out of them. You can't shame it out of them. You can't give them ultimatums. You know, like the only person that can really truly help that person is themselves. All right? It's sad, it really is, but it's the truth. But don't give up hope. All right? Don't give up hope. I'm glad that people didn't give up hope on me because I wouldn't be where I am right now, you know? And I speak from experience. Like, I speak from experience. So if you're dealing with somebody that's got these issues, man, all right, we're getting a general message. Let's get off of that message. General message for Aries, please. General message for Aries. Seven of Pentacles. So some hard work is going to pay off. You're going to start seeing like the fruits of your labor. Maybe even some of you are like starting, like you actually planted a garden. You know, maybe it's your first garden and you're actually starting to see like little seedlings pop up. For others of you, this is something that you've planted a while ago that you're actually seeing some sort of like start of success in. But you got the Justice card. And you have the Hierophant. So whatever sort of seeds were planted, they were planted, you know, with love and commitment. And I think some of you are starting to see the fruits of your labor. You know, it's starting to pay off. Like maybe some of you were looking for a promotion, you know what I mean? And like the big boss came in and like and noticed you for the first time, noticed like what a good job you did and like asked questions about you. You know, like who sat at the display over there? You know what I mean? Like maybe you're a merchandiser. Yeah, we got this queen, we've got this queen, and we got this queen. We got the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. So something about you is definitely standing out above the rest, Aries. There's something about the way you carry yourself, the way you handle yourself, the way you did some sort of job, you know, like you planted something and like you are definitely getting some sort of recognition for it. It's something that you hoped for. It is something that you longed for, that you might have been wanting for a while, you know, and maybe it could have just been recognition for a job well done to begin with, like somebody to see that you did something, you know, somebody to see that you actually are putting in effort. Yeah. You're waiting for some sort of verbal like acknowledgement, but I think you're going to get it. Whatever this verbal acknowledgement is, it might piss some people off, but that is not a you problem. That's not your problem. Yeah, because you've been left out in the cold. There is some sort of group, like maybe you're just finally getting included. But I mean, if this is like some sort of mean girls group or like mean guys group, like you don't need to be with them anyways. Like you need to be with more like-minded individuals, people that have actually like have the same kind of goals, same aspirations, the same dream in the realm of the same dreams as you do anyways, like in the realm of the same heart that you have. Because I think the people that you've hung out with before, you weren't meant to fit in with them. You know, you were meant to stand out, not fit in. And we have the Hangman. That's what just fell. So some of you guys need to look at this from a higher perspective. Like you have your truth, the other people that you're dealing with, they all have their truth. And then like anybody who is an observer, they have their different truths. And then you have the truth that's from above. All right. So sometimes we need to actually take ourselves out of our own shoes. It's hard to do, but take yourself out of your own shoes and kind of look at things from a different perspective, you know, and you'll see that you weren't meant to fit in with these people anyways. All right. Yeah. And I think it's bothered you. But they were like secret haters anyways. These were people that were like pretend to be your friends, but weren't really your friends. And I think you're going to find out about that. And you're going to be thankful that you never fit in anyways. Kitty, no, you're going to knock all of the cards off. All right, Aries. Okay, well, I think those are the messages that I have for all of my signs. I super, super appreciate you guys being here. Like, you have no idea how honored I am to just be sitting here doing this. You know, I'm alive, I'm breathing, I'm healthy. Like I'm in the best headspace I've ever been in, like as far as like my emotional like insides, you know. And I appreciate you, and I love you very much. Till next time. Beep beep.